Once upon a time, a businessman lived in the town of Český Krumlov. He was a man of high esteem, and so it was a big deal when his son Walter fell in love with a beautiful young gypsy girl. Now, by some accounts, this young woman, was a black woman. One text reads, "Black beauty." Others just call her an outcast. Regardless, the whole town was shocked by this tragic love, because on top of this young man being in love with an outcast, he was already dating a very nice and proper girl named Rusenska. So he abandoned his love to fit in with society. But the betrayal was hidden in the heart of this young gypsy girl and her gypsy family from a camp just outside of town. They poached in a river and fished for pearls, which the gypsy girl then sold to a witch, Annabella. One day the gypsies left the camp, and unhappy and lonely Walter went on to marry Rusenska, and she was very much in love with him. But legend has it that Walter never forgot his gypsy girl, her love and passion, and actually told this great secret to his son. This is just one of the legends of Český Krumlov, a town in the Czech Republic, a place, honestly, I never thought I'd visit. No specific reason why, I just never thought about it. What makes it so special is that the architectural heritage has remained intact. It was never bombed or invaded. It has been unaffected by all the wars over 5 centuries in Europe. It's also the perfect example of a small Central European medieval town. With each step on the cobblestone streets, I felt as if I were walking back in time. And I love history, so I was just soaking it all up. I wanted to explore every nook and cranny. The town was built around a 13th century castle with Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque elements. It wasn't the most grandiose castle I've ever seen, but it was just as fascinating all the same. I couldn't help but feel all the essence of this place. It was like the energy, the stories of the villagers from centuries before me seeped out of the walls of the ancient buildings. Every stone, every brick. Český Krumlov is located in the South Bohemian region of the Czech Republic. The Vltava River runs through the town. It's small enough to wander aimlessly through the narrow streets and alleyways. Today, the city's old town is lined with little shops primed for just popping in and looking around. And honestly, this is the part where my bubble was burst out of this romantic historical tour. And so How appropriate for me to burst your bubble out of this beautiful travelogue to share this story. My friend and I walked into one of the shops, but this time it wasn't to aimlessly window shop. We actually wanted to make a purchase. She had a fancy leather bag that needed a replacement strap, and she saw that brand in the window and wanted to buy it. We walked into the shop and waited for one of the 3 women working to help us. They looked to be in their 20s, and no one else was in the shop, by the way. Finally, my friend spoke up and asked if she could be helped. We were ignored. I figured they didn't hear her. So she went up to the counter and asked again, along with her request to buy the strap she saw. And the woman replied, "We don't have it." My friend and I looked at each other. Her shoulders shrugged. My mouth dropped. We exited the store. And that, my friends, is the cost of traveling while Black. There's also a cost to getting to the castle, and that is trekking up the steep inclines to the cobblestone roads to reach it. Like in the tale I shared at the top of the story, Český Krumlov was a center and home to powerful noble families who played an important role in the political, economic, and cultural history of Central Europe. For many visitors, the highlight of the castle is the Baroque theater, one of only 2 surviving in Europe. The other one is in Stockholm. And energetic visitors can climb the 162 steps to the top of the tower. We opted against it. Our visit was at the start of the Christmas market season. Have you ever been to Europe during Christmas? If not, add it to your list. Everything in this market is extremely local, handmade, and artisanal. So almost everything you decide to buy would be special enough to make a good souvenir. You can say, "I got this for you," in the medieval town of Český Krumlov in the Czech Republic. And of course, tasting the local food is the other fun to be had in the markets, from pastries to handmade chips, with each bite cementing the memory of my visit to this ancient town.